Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So when I click on a button, like let's say I go to tests, it doesn't show me that I'm actually on this page already or marked I'm on this page. So that gets a little bit disorienting after a while. So let's fix that real quickly. Now, normally what we will do is add the class name active. So here I've gone to the views navigation, includes nav.view. And if you look at the dashboard here, we did add this active class. I think it should be on this one and not on that one. No, it should just be there. So if I refresh here, oh, it's actually gone. Interesting. So maybe I put that on the wrong place. It should be on the active here. Let's refresh. Okay, so you can tell that this is active, but barely, because there's this text is a little bit darker than the rest here. So if we move the active text to the next item that is active, then we'll get that similar effect. Now it's permanently here, and that's why things are not changing. So let's fix that real quick. So what I want to do is know what page I am on, right? So currently I can't tell. Now we can tell just by, remember that whenever we're accessing a page, it has to go through the controller, and everything actually happens inside the controller because even the views are echoed from inside the controller. So all we need to do is just ask ourselves, in what controller are we in? And then we will know what page we are on, right? So for example, if I'm in the home controller, then I'm on the home page. If I'm, you get the point. So how do we know what the controller name is? Well, it's simple, because we are already in that class. We can just say get class this class. So let me try to do that before this section here. Maybe we can do that right at the top here. So I'm just going to put some PHP tags over here, and let's do this. Because the alternative is to go to every controller and put that text there, which would suck because we'll have to edit every controller. But instead, let's just do it right here. So here I just want to say show and say this like so. Normally, if you have the new version of PHP, you can do this class like this. Okay. So this should show us the class name, which we are on page marked, if you see right now. Now, if that causes an error, then you're using an older version, so use get class instead, like this. And let's do that. So we're going to use the older one so that everybody is comfortable. And let me close that bracket. And let's refresh. So we get the same result. Now, if I go to another, okay, so there's marked there. If I go to students, I get students. Classes, I get classes. So you get the picture. At least it shows me where I am. So all I need to do now is just to compare. So here I'll just say current page, current underscore page is equal to, okay, and then I put something here. Now, this is all good, but the problem is we are adding logic to a view, and this is never good to start adding some logic here, even though this is very simple logic pretty much. But since we are not doing any calculations of any kind, maybe this is fine, but it's always better to hide this kind of thing. So instead of doing this, what we will do is, let me cut this. Let's do the things a little bit better. So what I will do is, or maybe let me not remove the PHP tags for now. What I want to do is go to the main controller, because remember that every controller extends from the main controller that is inside core. So if we want something, a functionality that will cut across all these controllers, we'll have to fix that main controller here. So all I can do for now is I can create a function in here that gives me yes, a let's see here. I'm just going to say public function controller underscore name, like this. Okay, good. That way you can add different code here. Maybe the way to get the controller name will change in future. If you have a function like this, it's easier because you just need to change the code in here. The same way I showed you two ways to get this. In future things may change, so it will be easy to just change things from this function. So here what I'll do is I'll just say return instead of saying return get class this, something like that. Okay, so if I now bring controller name at any place, then I will find that. Let me go back to the nav here just to show what I mean here. So we'll say show, and then there's controller name, but we'll use this instead because we are still inside the same controller. So back here, if I refresh, nothing has changed from this perspective. So if I click student, I still get student classes like that. But at least this is a much cleaner way of doing things. So let me remove that. All right, so all we need, I have cut that, copied it. All we need now is to ask the question, what is this controller similar to dashboard? Then let's make this active. So what I'll do is put some PHP and actually let's just put equal sign, and let's put a condition, and if that condition is true, we echo out active like this. Let me put my quotes. It's always better to leave some spaces for here, and then full colon. If not, let's put some empty ones and then close that tag. So what is the condition? So the condition here is if this controller name is equal to, and in this case is equal to home, like that. Now it's possible, let's see here, controller name, if you want these to be lowercase, you can put string to lower function here, but I'm thinking twice because it just makes the whole thing a bit longer. So instead, let me just make sure it's a capital H there. Okay, so we now copy this to other places. Let's say, for example, schools right here, and let me paste that. Boom. So here, this one is schools. Don't forget the capital. Wow, look at that. Okay, don't forget the capital S there, and let's try this out. So it's not on either of these. Excuse me. Wait, I was right. This is on students, right? Oh no, it's on schools. Where is schools on this thing? Oh, that's the problem. See, I'm logged in as a teacher, so I can't see schools at all. Okay, so let's look at something I can see. Maybe students. Let's paste here and capital S, students, like that, and let's see what happens. Okay, so if I click on students, now it's darker. If I click on dashboard, that's darker. That's how this works. It's just that it's not so obvious what's going on, so we can extend this class to make it look more obvious. But before we do that, let's just paste on all of these. And staff actually is special because the controller name for staff is users, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try this. Yeah, it's users. So access denied, but let's put that there, users. So just click on the page and see what the controller name is if you are conflicted, and that should solve the problem. So here it's classes, and right here it's tests. Yes, tests. Cool. And what else? Here we have more marked to mark as well. So let's see on marked, based, marked. And where's the other one? Where is the other one? To mark, right here, paste, and let's do that to capital T underscore mark. Yeah, that's the controller name. Good. So let's go back, let's click classes. It's working. Tests, yes. To mark, yes. Marked, yes. But this is not very visible. So what we would do is in the styles at the top here, let's just do a very quick dot active, because that's the class name. Now we won't take away from what it does, we just extend its functionality. So here I'm just going to say background color. Let's try a red for now, just to see if things are actually working. So if I refresh, you see very visible now what's going on. Let's change the internal color to white. That way red will match color white, like this. Now if I refresh, it doesn't change because Bootstrap is stubborn. So when you see something like that, just put exclamation mark and put importante, like this. Important, like that. Yes, and refresh. Now you see. So you'll be using important a lot, because if a Bootstrap is refusing to override its original color, just put that there and it will be prioritized. But we don't like this red. Of course, let's inspect the element and then we can adjust the red. So we see the red right here, click on it, and then we have a whole spectrum of colors to choose from. So it's entirely up to you. I'm terrible with colors, so you can go ahead and get your favorite. Let's see here. Let's maybe something a little darker like this. Let's move a little bit. It doesn't really matter. This is a matter of preference. So go ahead and put whatever you like. Paste here. I may not like this and come and change it. Let's just try and add this blue, I guess. The original blue. So if you can move that color picker there and just use it as nature intended. So copy that and let's paste here. Close that and voila, marked. Good. So click, there we go. Click, click, click. I could do that all day. Okay, so that's much better. I'm sure we can all agree. I'll see you in the next video.